1 minute ago, a statement, not from a palace press office, but from a mother's heart, has just landed, and it confirms a quiet heartbreak many suspected but never heard spoken aloud. It speaks not of titles or scandals, but of a burden no parent ever wishes to pass on. This is Royal Report 24/7, where we listen to the words between the words. If you believe the truest royal stories are told in whispers, not proclamations, then stay with us. Before we go further, ensure you're part of our community. Subscribe to Royal Report 24/7 and hit that bell. Your likes and shares allow us to bring you these deeply human stories from behind the crown. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, has just spoken, and in a new, poignant interview released moments ago, she has, according to insiders parsing her every word, confirmed a devastating, inherited legacy. The relentless, often cruel, spotlight that defined and nearly destroyed her own life has now fallen irrevocably upon her daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. And the pain of watching it, she confesses, is a wound all its own. For decades, Fergie has been a figure of public whiplash. The vivacious redhead embraced by the nation, then the tabloid villain, the Duchess of Debt, the target of endless ridicule. She has lived a life measured in front-page scandals and a profound, permanent separation from the royal institution she married into. But through it all, her proudest role, her most defiant success, has been her daughters. She raised them with a fierce, protective love, striving to give them the stability and sense of self her own chaotic world so often lacked. And they became, by all accounts, the royals the modern world might have wanted. Relatable, professionally focused, quietly dignified. They navigated their father's catastrophic fall from grace with a stoicism that earned respect. But now, in her new statement, Sarah is pulling back the curtain on the private cost. The heartbreaking news she confirms is this: the cycle has repeated. Her daughters, despite their best efforts to live useful, modest lives, are trapped in the same narrative she was, forever defined not by their own merits, but by the controversies of their parents. Sources close to the Duchess say her anguish centers on two recent, crushing realizations. The first is the absence at Christmas. As we previously reported, Beatrice and Eugenie's missing faces from the Sandringham Walk this year was a silent scream in royal body language. Sarah's circle confirms the Duchess saw this not as a minor scheduling conflict, but as a profound symbolic demotion. It was, in her view, a public confirmation that her girls, the late Queen's own granddaughters, are now considered complications in the King's streamlined monarchy, their presence too tangled with the enduring scandal of Prince Andrew. To see them edge from a family tableau is, for Sarah, the ultimate proof that her legacy to them is one of exclusion. The second, and perhaps more painful, is the burden of the unsaid. Sarah reportedly grieves that Beatrice and Eugenie must operate under a set of brutal, unspoken rules she knows all too well. They can have a public profile, but not too much. They can be successful, but never overshadow. They must show loyalty, but expect no official role in return. They are walking a tightrope without a net, where one misstep, a friend's comment, a partner's business deal, can trigger the same avalanche of negative press she endured. The Duchess is said to feel a crushing guilt that the curse of the York women, a phrase used by some cruel commentators, is real, and that her daughters are now living under its shadow. This is where Sarah's own heartbreaking history bleeds into the present. Her confidants say she is haunted by the ghost of her own mother-in-law, the Queen Mother, who reportedly never fully accepted her. Now, she watches as her daughters navigate a royal structure that, while not openly hostile, offers them no clear path forward, only a polite, limiting distance. The warmth the late Queen showed them feels, in the current climate, like a cherished relic of the past. The tragedy Sarah Ferguson is articulating is one of inherited circumstance. Beatrice and Eugenie did not choose this. They were born into a fairy tale that curdled into a front-page saga long before they could understand it. They have built their own lives with grace, Yet they remain in the public and perhaps the palace imagination. Andrew's daughters and Fergie's girls. Their identities are filtered through the prism of their parents' tumultuous histories. In her interview, the Duchess is not asking for sympathy for herself. She is sounding an alarm for them. She is confirming the fear of every parent who has ever faced public shame, that your children will pay the price, that your past is their perpetual present. For King Charles, this presents a delicate, almost impossible human puzzle. His vision of a slimmed-down monarchy is logical, perhaps necessary. But its human casualties are his own nieces, two young women who have committed no sin other than their parentage. Can the crown find a way to honor their place in the family without jeopardizing the new, focused model? Or are Beatrice and Eugenie destined to be permanent satellites, loved but limited, their mother's heartbreak their official inheritance? Sarah Ferguson's confirmation today isn't about a single event. It's about the slow, aching realization of a prophecy fulfilled. The spotlight she once danced in, then fled from, has found its new targets. And a mother's love cannot dim its glare. This is the real cost of royal life, paid across generations. At Royal Report 24/7, we track not just the power, but the profound personal price. This story of maternal heartbreak and inherited legacy is still being written. To follow its next chapter with the insight and sensitivity it deserves, stay with us. Subscribe, let us know your thoughts with a like, and share this video to spread the analysis. The statement is 1 minute old. The pain, it seems, is timeless. This is Royal Report 24/7.